Welcome to Portugal, where you can start your day at a small cafe in Lisbon's Old Town. Spend the afternoon standing on a cliff overlooking the blue sea of the Algarve, and end the evening immersed in a vibrant festival in the heart of the city. You will pass through places tied to the golden age of maritime exploration. Visit UNESCO-listed monasteries, enjoy wine right in the Douro Valley, and taste freshly baked pastel de nata. Each destination in this travel documentary is a must-have experience if you want to explore Portugal in the most complete and authentic way. Reasons you should visit Portugal. Because this is one of the most worthwhile countries to visit in Europe. Mild climate, diverse scenery, vibrant culture, and amazing food start in Lisbon, the city on hills with cobbled old streets, vintage trams running up and down slopes, and countless attractions located close to each other. You can easily explore Alfama, visit the Belém Tower, and have dinner at the Time Out Market. Compact and exciting. In June, from Lisbon to Porto, the streets of Portugal light up with bougainvillea, lanterns, lively music, and the delicious smell of grilled sardines everywhere. Locals gather in the streets to eat, dance, drink ginginha, and sing all night during the biggest summer celebration, Santos Populares. You can head down to the Algarve, the famous southern coast. The sea here is crystal clear, sunny all year round, with cliffs, caves, and seaside towns like Lagos, Faro, and Tavira offering many untouched beaches, perfect for swimming, kayaking, or taking a boat tour. The seafood is fresh, reasonably priced, and there are many beautiful beachside resorts. Portugal still has a series of exciting experiences waiting for you. In the next part, you'll see what makes this country even more fascinating. Keep going. The best is yet to come. Ideal time and season to travel. Spring, March, May. This is when Portugal enters its most pleasant days of the year. Gentle sunshine, trees starting to bud, flowers blooming everywhere. The weather is perfect for walking around peaceful villages, visiting lush vineyards, or exploring the fairy tale palaces in Sintra. Summer, June, August. If you enjoy lively vibes, summer is the perfect time to visit Portugal. Beaches like those in the Algarve are vibrant and crowded, with clear blue water and soft sand. Major cities like Lisbon and Porto come alive with street festivals. June is a special time with the Saints Festival. The whole city turns into a party where people grill fish, sing, and dance late into the night. Autumn, September, October. This is grape harvest season in the Douro Valley, a must-visit if you're into wine. Wineries open their doors to visitors. You can learn how wine is made and enjoy tastings right on site. The weather is still pleasant but no longer hot. Beaches are less crowded, perfect for relaxing and exploring. Winter, November, February. Winter in Portugal isn't as cold as in many other European countries, so it's still great for sightseeing. This is also when massive waves hit Nazaré, a hotspot for surf lovers. Old towns become quieter, free from crowds and noise. Flight tickets and hotel prices are cheaper, helping you save quite a bit. Hey you, where are you watching from? I'd love to know which city you're in. Drop a comment so we know we're not alone. Just a small gesture, but it's a big motivation for us to keep making more videos. Thank you, and sending love your way. If you've watched this far, chances are you already want to visit Portugal to experience all its beauty, vibrancy, and adventures for yourself, right? Next, I'll show you how to fly to Portugal the easiest way. Tickets, visa entry. Flight tickets, visa entry. To ensure a smooth trip from booking your ticket to clearing customs, keep in mind a few important tips below. Flight route from the US to Portugal. You can choose to fly into major cities like Lisbon, Porto, or Faro, depending on where you want to start exploring. Popular airlines often chosen: LOT Polish Airlines, direct flights from New York, JFK, to Lisbon. Fast, convenient, no layovers. Lufthansa, KLM, Air France, Delta. Flights with layovers in Europe such as Frankfurt, Amsterdam, or Paris. Good service, reasonable layover times. Round-trip fares from the US to Portugal usually range from $600 to $900, depending on travel season, airline, and when you book. Tips for saving on tickets. Summer, June-August, and the holiday season are peak travel times to Portugal. Airfare tends to rise, so it's smart to book 2-3 months in advance to get better prices and find suitable flights. Flying from New York, Boston, Miami, or Chicago usually offers better deals than from smaller airports. You can take a domestic flight to one of these cities first, then connect with a direct or layover flight to Lisbon or Porto. Tools for finding deals. Google Flights, Skyscanner. Help you track ticket prices by date, compare multiple airlines, and spot pricing trends. Hopper, a handy app that forecasts prices and automatically sends alerts when fares drop. Expedia, Kayak, great for comparing different airlines, booking flexible flights, and finding hotel plus flight combos to save even more. Visa and entry documents. Portugal is part of the Schengen area, so if you hold a US passport, you don't need a visa for stays under 90 days for tourism, short business trips, or visiting family. However, starting in 2025, you'll need to register for ETIS, an electronic travel authorization. Similar to the ESTA system for entering the US, it's a simple process that takes just a few minutes to complete and pay for online. Documents to prepare before your trip. A passport valid for at least 6 months from your entry date into Portugal. Round-trip ticket or onward ticket out of the Schengen zone. Proof of accommodation can be a hotel booking or an invitation letter if staying with family friends. Notes for entry. Customs officers may ask about your itinerary and lodging. It's a good idea to print out your bookings and flight confirmation. No financial proof is required, but it's best to carry a credit card and some cash, about 30 to 50 euros, around $35–$55, for initial expenses upon arrival. Once you clear customs, you've officially set foot in one of the most beautiful and welcoming countries in Southern Europe. From the airport, there are many easy, affordable, and convenient ways to get into the city center. I'll guide you through those in the next section. Things to do after landing at the airport. Buy a 4G SIM card or portable Wi-Fi device. Right at the arrival hall of Lisbon, Porto, or Faro airports, you'll find travel SIM card counters from providers like Vodafone, Enos, or MEO. Popular packages include 5 to 10 GB of data, priced between 10–20 EUR, valid for 7 to 15 days. If you're traveling in a group, Consider renting a portable Wi-Fi device to share. Stable connection. Works well even in coastal or rural areas. Download these essential apps, Move It or City Mapper. Check train, metro, and bus routes and schedules. Bolt, Uber. Convenient ride-hailing, available in most major cities. Google Maps, reliable navigation, whether walking, driving, or using public transport. Tap Air Portugal app. Track domestic flights if you're traveling between regions. Exchange some cash. Although most places in Portugal accept cards, it's smart to carry around 50-100 EUR in cash for bus tickets, street coffee, or tipping at restaurants. Airport exchange rates aren't the best. Just exchange a small amount, then look for trusted city exchange offices like Unicambio or Nova Cambios. Getting from the airport to the city center. Trains, Comboios de Portugal. The train network connecting cities like Lisbon, Porto, Faro is well developed. You can choose high-speed trains, Alpha Pendular, or regular ones, Intercidades. Fares from 1030 EUR, easily booked via official website or app. Long-distance buses, Rede Expressos, Flixbus. If you're looking to save money and stay flexible, buses are a popular choice between tourist cities. Tickets are cheap, from just 5.15 EUR, and the buses are high quality and punctual. Ride-hailing services, Uber, Bolt, free now. Widely available in major cities, usually cheaper than traditional taxis. Easy to use and accepts international cards. Local transit cards. In Lisbon or Porto, you can buy prepaid transport cards like Navigante or Andante, valid for metro, bus, and tram rides. Affordable, convenient, and great if you plan to travel around during the day. Once you've figured out your transport option, the next step is to find the right place to stay so you can start your journey in the best way possible. If you don't have friends or family in Portugal, choosing the right accommodation is very important. Let's keep going to find out where to stay for the most convenient and comfortable experience. Itinerary and accommodation suggestions. Day 1 to 2. Lisbon, Baixa Old Town, Alfama, Belém. Welcome to Lisbon, the beautiful capital city on the banks of the Tagus River. On your first day here, begin by walking through the Baixa district, Lisbon's historical center. Along both sides are small bakeries, vintage bookstores, and classic cafes. Stop by a tiny shop to try pastel de nata, around 1.5s each. Portugal's most famous egg tart. The crust is crispy, the custard rich with a dusting of cinnamon and powdered sugar. Best with a hot espresso. Continue south to Praça do Comércio, once a bustling hub of maritime trade during Portugal's golden age of exploration. Today, it still retains its old-world charm. Grab lunch at a small restaurant in Baixa or Alfama and try a menu do dia, Portugal's popular lunch set with grilled garlic chicken, grilled fish, or seafood rice, arroz de marisco. Walk uphill to Miradouro de Santa Lucia, a scenic viewpoint loved by both locals and tourists. From here, you'll see the signature red rooftops of Alfama spreading toward the Tagus River, with winding alleys between old buildings. The terrace has stone benches and some souvenir stalls. If you visit in the late afternoon, the light is perfect for photos. Nearby is Lisbon Cathedral, Sé de Lisboa, the city's oldest cathedral, dating back to the 12th century. You can enter for free. Inside is quite simple, with thick stone walls, high ceilings, and stained glass windows casting soft colors on the stone floor. Stay in Alfama and look for a small restaurant with live fado music, Portugal's traditional folk genre. One easy option is Clube de Fado. Order a meal and enjoy the performance without needing a separate ticket. A dish of bacalhau à brás, codfish stir-fried with eggs, potatoes, and onions, costs about 16,18. Pair it with a glass of local white wine to enjoy the full show. These places are often intimate with close-set tables and dim lighting. When the music begins, lights are lowered and silence is requested. Even if you don't understand Portuguese, the voice and emotion of the singer are enough to move you. Wrap up your first day with a stay at Lisboa Pessoa Hotel, just steps from Rocio Square, within walking distance to Baixa and Alfama. The rooms are clean, modern, with balconies overlooking the city's red rooftops. Room rates range from $95 to $120 a night with breakfast included. The next morning, catch tram number 15 to Belém, a district closely tied to Portugal's seafaring past, full of historical monuments. First stop is Jerónimos Monastery, where sailors once prayed before their voyages. The carved stone columns are intricate, the grounds spacious, quiet, and walkable. Not far is Belém Tower, right on the Tagus River. It's a small tower, but you can climb to the top for views of the river. Both sites are UNESCO World Heritage Sites and close enough to visit in a single morning. Have lunch at one of the nearby restaurants. A popular choice is grilled fish served with boiled potatoes and veggies, priced around $12 to $15 per plate. Before leaving Belém, stop by Pastéis de Belém, said to be the original bakery of the famous custard tarts. Each tart costs about 1.8 hours. Best enjoyed on site with a hot coffee. They're baked fresh continuously, and while there may be a line, it moves quickly. Head back to the city center and stop at Elevador de Santa Justa, the iron lift connecting Baixa and Chiado. At the top, you'll get panoramic views of downtown Lisbon, red rooftops, narrow streets, and the distant Tagus River. The platform is perfect for taking photos, resting, and enjoying the view. For dinner, visit Cervejaria Trindade in Chiado. Order bacalhau à brás, codfish with shredded potatoes and eggs, served with bread and a local beer. A full meal costs around $18, offering authentic Portuguese flavor. Day 3. Sintra and Cascais, Pina Palace, Castelo dos Mouros. From Lisbon, take a train for about 40 minutes to reach Sintra, a small hillside town with a cool climate and lots of greenery. It was once the summer retreat for Portuguese royalty. So many historical buildings remain, mostly castles and fortresses. Start with Palácio da Pena, perched atop the highest hill in Sintra. It features bold colors, red, yellow, turquoise, and blends Gothic, Moorish, and Manueline architecture, making it feel like a fantasy world. From Pina, hike through the forest to the Moorish castle, Castelo dos Mouros, a stone fortress from the 8th century. It's a steep climb, but the panoramic view is worth it. On one side is the town of Sintra, and on a clear day, you can see the distant ocean. Stop by Piraquita Bakery, famous for travesseiro, a sweet puff pastry filled with almond cream, best with a black coffee. For something savory, small eateries nearby serve frango assado, roast chicken, with fries for around 10 to 12 euros. In the afternoon, take bus 403 to Cabo da Roca, the westernmost point of mainland Europe. From atop towering cliffs, you'll watch white waves crash into black rocks below. A sign marking the end of the continent makes this a favorite photo stop. Consider dinner at Mardo Inferno, a seafood restaurant nearby. Order grilled squid and tuna salad, about 15 to 20 euros per dish. Stay the night at one of Sintra's charming small hotels. A great option is Hotel Nova Sintra, located near the train station, easy to access, and offering dreamy views of the hills. A double room costs about $85,100 per night. Day 4 to 5. Explore Porto, Livraria, Lelo, Gaia wine cellars. You should catch an early morning train or bus from Lisbon. It takes about 3 hours. You'll arrive around noon, and right as you step into São Bento station. The station walls are lined with blue and white azulejos tiles, depicting old scenes from Portuguese history and daily life. Walk to the old town, Ribeira district, right along the Douro River. The houses are painted in pastel colors, with wooden windows, flower-filled balconies, and cozy cafes crammed side by side. Grab a riverside table, order a glass of sangria, and try francesinha, a meaty sandwich layered with ham and sausage, topped with cheese and hot sauce. In the afternoon, take time to cross Dom Luís Lore Bridge, the symbol of Porto. This two-level iron bridge, designed by a student of Eiffel, links Ribeira and Vila Nova de Gaia. From the bridge, you'll see the whole city unfolding on the hills, red rooftops, bell towers, and the winding green-blue river below. Once you're in Vila Nova de Gaia, you'll find rows of port wine cellars, most of which are open to visitors. Consider tours at places like Sandeman, Graham's, or Calem. The tour lasts 45 minutes to 1 hour, guided, sharing the winemaking process and showing you the aging cellars. At the end, you get to taste 2 types of sweet and bold port wine. Tours cost around $10 or $20 depending on the place. Head back to Ribeira for dinner. Try Taberna dos Mercadores, a small but cozy spot known for its grilled bacalhau, codfish, seasoned and cooked over charcoal, served with potatoes and greens, priced around €18 per dish. Stay the night in Porto at Hotel Caris Ribeira, centrally located near the river, priced between $90 and $130 per night. Start the next day at Majestic Cafe, a 100-year-old cafe once frequented by artists and writers of old Portugal. The place has a classic vibe and serves strong coffee and buttered bread. From there, walk to Livraria Lelo, said to be the inspiration behind J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. The wooden staircase here is the highlight, curving like something out of a fairy tale. Buy your ticket online in advance to skip long lines, around €5. Apply it as credit toward a book purchase. Grab a light lunch near Praça dos Leões. Grilled sardines with salad, plus a mint lemonade. Total around €13 to €15. In the afternoon, stop by Bolao Market, a local market selling all kinds of specialties. Pick up souvenirs like vintage design canned sardines, mini wine bottles, lemon and lavender handmade soaps. Each item ranges from €2 to €8, lightweight and easy to carry. Day 6. Explore Douro Valley. Early morning on Day 6, leave Porto for the Douro Valley, Portugal's famous wine-growing region and one of the most scenic landscapes in the country. Arrive in Pinhão and stay at a quinta, a vineyard estate where you can eat and stay on site. Choose Casa do Visconde de Chanceleiros, with simple rooms overlooking the valley. Lunch is served in the garden. Grilled river fish, steamed veggies, and a chilled glass of white wine. Cool, peaceful, and refreshing. Stroll around the vineyard. The host often gives small tours explaining the grape growing and winemaking process, ending with tastings of 3 types of port wine. It's sweet, strong, but smooth, especially the oak-aged variety. Later, rent a mountain bike to ride along the narrow paths through the valley. Or, if you prefer to relax, read a book or enjoy the view by the outdoor pool. It's very chill. Dinner is also served on site. Simple grilled chicken with potatoes and veggies, paired with house wine. You'll likely chat with other guests from France or Canada. The atmosphere is very laid back. Stay overnight at Casa do Visconde de Chancelleros, a well-known local-style lodge surrounded by peaceful nature. Double rooms here range from $130 to $160 per night, including breakfast buffet and use of the outdoor pool. Day 7. Explore Nazaré. On your final morning, leave the Douro and head west to Nazaré, a quiet coastal town with stone-paved streets, white-painted houses, and just steps from the beach. Walk down to Praia do Norte, where waves over 20 meters have been recorded. In winter, you'll see crowds of surfers gathered here. Stop by A Tasquinha, a local favorite family-run restaurant. Order arroz de marisco, seafood rice, sticky and fragrant with fresh shellfish. Pair it with a chilled glass of white wine. Take the small funicular up to Sitio, the highest point in Nazaré. From here, you'll see the whole town tucked along the coast. Red rooftops, golden beaches, and the endless ocean stretching to the horizon. A statue of the Virgin Mary stands alone against the sky with sea winds blowing strong. At sunset, the sun drops straight into the ocean. No buildings or mountains to block the view. Afterward, return to your hotel, pack up, and head back to Lisbon. From there, head to the airport for your flight home. Unique experiences you can't miss. Explore prehistoric rock art in Vale do Coa. Located in northern Portugal, Vale do Coa is one of the most unique open-air museums in Europe. It preserves thousands of prehistoric engravings over 20,000 years old, depicting animals, humans, and ancient symbols. Instead of viewing behind glass, you'll walk or ride an off-road vehicle across rocky hills to see these carvings up close. Local guides don't just help you read the ancient images, they vividly recount the lives of prehistoric people. Stargazing at Lake Alquiva. Lake Alquiva, in the peaceful Alentejo region, is a perfect place to admire the night sky. It is the world's first official dark sky reserve, an area protected from light pollution, where you can see the Milky Way with the naked eye. A sky full of stars, total silence, and overwhelming beauty. The area also offers astronomy tours, observatories, and folk storytelling under the stars. After exploring nature and prehistoric traces, it's time to dive into the festive spirit, an essential part of Portuguese street culture. Join the Potence Carnival. Every February, the small northern village of Potence turns mysterious and vibrant. That's when Carnival Potence takes place, one of Europe's most unique folk mask festivals. Men dress in colorful wool costumes, wear handmade wooden masks, ring loud bells, and dance through every corner of the village. The festival dates back to pre-Roman times, was once forgotten, and is now recognized by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage. Leaving the lively sound of festivals behind, the journey brings you to something slower, savoring the distinct flavors of this land. Taste Douro and Vinho Verde wines. The Douro Valley is Portugal's most famous wine-producing region, especially for port wine, a sweet, strong wine typically enjoyed in the evening or during traditional celebrations. Sitting by the Douro River with a glass of port, you'll clearly taste the richness of the valley's ripe grapes. Many wine estates offer vineyard tours, on-site tastings, and explanations of traditional winemaking processes. It's a perfect activity for anyone wanting a hands-on experience of Portugal's wine culture. Enjoy pastel de nata. Pastel de nata is Portugal's most iconic egg tart. Crispy crust, rich egg custard filling, usually served warm and dusted with cinnamon. You can find them everywhere, but the best are from traditional bakeries like Pastéis de Belém in Lisbon. These treats are often handmade, richly sweet, and deeply rooted in Portuguese cuisine. After all these adventures, one question everyone has is, how much does it cost to travel in Portugal? Is it expensive? Below is a detailed estimate for different travel styles. Budget and cost estimates. Depending on your choice of accommodation, dining, and transport, your expenses can be adjusted flexibly. Budget: $60 80 a day. Stay at hostels, homestays, or Airbnb outside the city center. Eat at local spots or order the menu do dia. Lunch with soup, main, and drink for only 7 to 12 euros. Travel by metro or bus. Mid-range, $90 to $130 a day. Stay at 2-3-star hotels in central Lisbon. Dine at mid-range restaurants and enjoy coastal seafood. Visit key attractions like Belém Tower or Douro Valley. Use daily metro cards for transport. Luxury, $150 250 plus day. Stay at boutique 4 to 5-star hotels or resorts. Dine at fine dining restaurants. Do wine tastings at renowned cellars. Rent a private car or book personal tours to Sintra. In short, a 7-day trip in Portugal can range from $60 to over $250 per day. Whatever your travel style, you'll still enjoy the laid-back Mediterranean pace, peaceful old towns, and rich culinary delights. Culture and useful tips. Portuguese culture is deeply influenced by Roman Catholicism, but it's not overly strict. Instead, you'll feel a warm and relaxed vibe. From how they greet, share meals, or pour you a full glass of wine, even if you've just met. Things you should do. Dress modestly when entering churches. Churches in Portugal are often old and sacred, seen as the heart of the community. While signs are rare, wearing shorts, tank tops, or off-shoulder dresses is considered disrespectful. Greet people politely and gently. Portuguese people speak softly and courteously. Greetings like bom dia, good morning, boa tarde, good afternoon, and obrigado, thank you, are very common. And if you say a few of these, locals will look at you with warm regard. Things you should avoid. Don't joke about religion or colonial history. Portugal's past is tied to maritime exploration and empire building. However, topics like colonialism, the church's role, or the former regime can still be sensitive, especially among older people. These are the things travel maps won't show you, but it's often those small things that make a trip unforgettable and uniquely yours. We hope this journey has given you a clear picture of how to explore Portugal, from cities and nature to culture and real travel costs. This is your detailed travel guide video if you're planning a trip to Portugal. If you want a budget-friendly, independent journey and to explore like a local, then this is the full travel documentary for you. And if this travel vlog made you feel that Portugal is a destination worth visiting, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.